Hey everybody, Pastor Dave Stahl here, and I am the church planting coordinator for the Seventh-day Baptist General Conference of the U.S. and Canada. And that means I get the joy, the pleasure, the responsibility of working with church plants, startup churches, young church groups, and helping those groups to thrive and succeed, ultimately with the goal of having more Seventh-day Baptist churches, more churches that are member churches in our conference all over the U.S. and Canada. Now, if you found this video today, I'm guessing you fit into one of three categories. If this topic is of interest to you, perhaps you are a person who realizes, I think I'm a Seventh-day Baptist. I think this fits me and I fit with this group. But there is not a church anywhere near you. And so you're thinking, how do we get something going in my area? Well, let's talk about that. Some of you might be, you already have a group gathered together. You already have a church, or you already have an existing group, and you think you want to become a Seventh-day Baptist church or group. Well, that's great. You're in the right place. Let's talk about that. And some of you are planters or leaders or parts of a core group that want to get a group pulled together and want to plant and start a new church. And maybe you're just in the early stages. Well, we're here to help you with that too. I can tell you this, church planting and getting a new church off the ground is really hard work. It can be done, and there is hope in it, and there is promise in it, but it's hard work. And I say that it's hard work because I really think that there's some roadblocks and there's some speed bumps and obstacles. One of the things that's working against you, maybe thing isn't the right word, the devil is working against you. I do believe that there's an enemy out there to the work of the Lord and to the kingdom work, and he doesn't want to see new churches. He doesn't want to see us expand and grow, and he doesn't want to see more people reached with the gospel. So the enemy is going to be after you and fighting you every step of the way. The other thing is, even if you take the spiritual battles out of it, planting a church is just really hard work. The organizational things, the administrative things, the finances, getting the right people into your core group and getting the right things established. It's just a lot of work, and it's very challenging stuff. So I understand that there's a lot going against us when we set out to plant churches. Right now, today, I'm working with a church plant in North Carolina and pastoring that group myself, and I can tell you firsthand, it is difficult work. But it's very doable work because there's also some things going for you. You also have some advantages here. First of all, and most importantly, God is for you. If you're starting a new church plant, a new work, and gonna grow a new church and build a new church, I think God likes that work. And I think God wants to support that work and bless that work, and he wants to see more of it. So the first bit of good news is, hey, I think that God is for you. The second bit of good news, I hope, is that the Seventh-day Baptist Conference is here for you. If you're interested in planting a Seventh-day Baptist church and what will become a new member church in our Seventh-day Baptist Conference, then we are here to help you and to support you. So we have a process that we will bring you through. We have tools, we have resources, we have the support to help a church startup group, a church plant, a young church to grow and be successful. Take a look at this funnel diagram that kind of outlines our process. So as you look through the process, and we call it the church planting funnel, we have all these groups that find us, or individuals or church planters that find us. We like to kind of shake everybody down, bring everybody through this same process for the good of the conference, for the good of the church plant, for the good of the planters. And there's several aspects involved here, from the orientation that you see, which is just getting to know each other and making sure that you know who we are and that our belief statements line up and that sort of thing before we get too far in with each other. And then there's, this process that's going to take 6 to 18 months. Realistically, it's more like the 18-month side. It might even take more than 18 months. But the minimum is 6 because there's 6 monthly boot camps. And the boot camp process that you see on there, we offer training And we provide, kind of theory and training for practical church planting things. We talk about your particular situations, facilities, worship elements. We get some Seventh-day Baptist history and beliefs in there, and church government, and we just talk about what it means to be a church plant. Who's in your leadership and your core group, and we work through that stuff in a boot camp context where we talk with each other and we bounce ideas off each other, and I ask questions of you, and we all get to know each other and we learn some things. So it's an educational process and it's a relational process in the boot camps. And sometimes people come into those boot camps and they don't come out the other side because they find out this isn't the right place for them, or this isn't the work that they're supposed to do right now. That's part of the process too, is finding out if this is really something that can happen. So we go through that whole 6-month minimum boot camp process. And then at the same time, we're working on some of those other steps in the church funnel, which include things like leadership development. And in leadership development, we're going to help with training and getting the leaders to pastors' conferences so they can network with other Seventh-day Baptist pastors. We have courses that can be offered through SDBU or other places. We have trainings that can be provided. We have coaching. So we're just in the process of launching our coaching program where every church planter will have a coach that reaches out to them and talks to them. And so, we have an assessment that we do that helps identify, strengths and weaknesses of the church planter. So we're going to do all these things for leadership development. And another key thing that you see on there is sponsorship. We're going to find an existing Seventh-day Baptist church that can serve as a sponsoring group for every church plant. It may be a local church. It could even be an association or a group of churches that sponsors the church plant. But we're going to make sure everybody has someone who's kind of walking with them through the process and offering some help and some support as a sponsoring group. And when we make that arrangement, we're also going to sign this thing called a threefold pledge. And really, this is just making sure that the sponsoring group and the church plant and the conference all understand our responsibilities to each other and are going to be accountable to each other and support each other to help get this work done. And right in the middle of it is the Seventh-day Baptist Statement of Belief. So we're all going to sign on at that point and say, hey, listen, we're all in agreement with this same statement of belief before we go any further. And so take a look real quick at this diagram of the threefold pledge. So the idea with the church planting funnel process is that all of you who have come in and said, listen, for one reason or another, I'm interested in church planting and seeing how new churches are formed and work through. This is the process that we have, and this is the process we want to work with you to get through. And the goal, of course, is to check down through all these steps in the process and get you to a point where you're launched as a partner church plant. We have grants, we have resources and things that we can apply to help get the work off the ground. And then once you're up and running and you have a viable church plant or a viable young church going on, then I get to hand you over to the church development team and the other conference executives who will help walk through a process of you becoming a member church in the Seventh-day Baptist Conference. And the rest is up to you and God and whatever happens in the local church there. But we're here to help you get this thing off the ground and help get it moving in the right direction. If there's questions I can answer, reach out to me, send me an email, find me, and let's talk, and let's see if there's some way we can come alongside and help you in the work. God bless you.